Right, so I can imagine, Tom was pretty much an adrenaline junkie as soon as he got into the cockpit of the fighter jet. What with you guys, was there any kind of terrifying moments for you to experience, that kind of thing?
Oh, wow. You want to start?
Yeah, I'll start with my terrifying moment, and you can talk about your terrifying moment right after.
We're chickens.
So for me, starting the movie off, the training process of it, I didn't realize that we were actually going to shoot this practically. So I thought whenever we were going to take a flight, it would be just like one flight to know where everything's at, and then that's it. Without realizing we were going to film 6 IMAX cameras inside an F-18. So I actually started off being afraid of flying. So this whole process was a nightmare scenario for me when I realized how we do it. But then by the time that we did our second session, which there's a lot of academic stuff on like what creates flight, like how do planes work? Truly was like the first couple of hours. Once we got that out of the way, I was just so easily I was put at ease about like being up there. So for me, the terrifying part came right off the bat. For him,
I didn't know how to swim, so me having to go through the swim training in order to get into the F-18, which was a requirement, I had to learn how. We trained with an Olympic swim coach, which was terrifying because we were wearing like 40 pounds of gear on, and we had to like tread water. Oh God!
He was just like I don't know. To me, whenever you jump in the water, it's like, oh, you know how to. You just know.
Yeah.
He would sink like a rock. He would sink like a rock. I would get in there and just like, and it's like, how is that happening? How is he?
It's too much. And what I knew how to do was get in the water. All right, let me hurry up and get to the edge. It was like get in to the edge.
Need one of them baby flotation things, vests.
Basically, I had the big old floaty things on my arm.
I mean, one of the toughest things for you was there's this thing called the dead man's float, which is basically to conserve energy. So you take in a lot of oxygen, then you just float. And it seems pretty easy because like it's playing dead in the pool. Yeah, is what it was. And whenever you do it,
I'm just going straight to. I'm really dying. I'm like,
it's a dead man floating because he would just sink.
Man, that was dying.
But he learned how to swim and he passed the test and.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Obviously this is a sequel that's 35 years after the original. Were either of you guys even born when the original was out?
No, we weren't even a thought.
We were -7 and 8.
Made me feel really old.
There's no way you were born.
Yes, I was.
What?
Yes.
Oh wow.
I'm over 40. Anyway, enough about me. This is about you. So coming into this, it must have had some kind of pressure for you guys, because it's such an iconic film. Anyway.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, everybody has seen Top Gun around the world, and when I booked it, I know for myself, I got a lot of calls and text messages saying like, "Don't F this up. Don't. This is my dream. This is So that was a lot of pressure. And then we went to the air boss's house for a dinner and a party one time, and I just remember hearing the stories from all of the family members of Navy aviators as well as the pilots, and they were just like, "Yeah, this is what made me want to join the Navy." You just felt the responsibility of like, "Oh wow." We really can't F this up.
Yeah, I think that's where the pressure really was. I think is in representing the Navy in the proper way. Because I think beyond that, to me, the pressure of the logistics of making this movie left the moment, or where this movie stood, left the moment that we were like, I realized that we were going to be filming the F-18. Because at that point, it's like, oh, this is the only movie that's ever tried to do that in film history. And therefore, there is no pressure to compare or pressure to try to see where it falls in the list of other movies. So the only real pressure felt like in representing aviators in the correct way.
Yeah. Okay. Well, the film is absolutely brilliant. I loved it, and it took me back as well. I even cried. I don't do crying.
Oh, yes.
Not an emotional person, but it was brilliant. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay.
That's
good.
amazing.
Nice to speak to you guys.
Nice to speak to you as well.
All right.
Yeah,